Hello. I don't know why I'm turning on all of my stuff. So, today I'll be making the... So, there are only this and two others in the 2024 line. I'm going to turn my volume down a little bit. How's volume for y'all? Little too loud on the music? Probably a little too loud on the music. I've got Samurai Champloo. I've got Lego. This is the, big set of this one. It connects to another one I have. I'm really excited to put this together. Good now? Let me know if I need to turn it down any more, please. It won't be coming through on the VOD anyway, but love to know if it's still too loud. Yeah, so they kind of redid the space theme. Yeah. So, it's in the Lego City line. It's space. There's a bunch of figures. Why don't we just get going on it, though? I love this theme. So I have one of my favorite sets that I've ever built here. The Interstellar Explorer from this same line. And you notice these purple things here. Those are like energy in this theme, and they come from crystals and stuff like that. But my favorite part about this design was the hidden little pop that down, open the engines up. Like, really cool. And then just really, really good, play ability. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what little secrets this guy has. Shall we open it up? Find out? Oh, my arm. Also, in case you missed it, I have been recovering I don't have my razor here. It's a good thing I have a Phillips that I don't really care about. Goodness, that's a lot of bags. Maybe I should have opened them up before I started. Alright, what bag did I just reach in and get? 3! Sorry about the noise. 10. Well, a plate. 2. Good. A Casso ramp. 5. Oh, wait. 4. So 10. Couple more plate things. Oh, boy. 6. 8. Okay. 7. Are you 9? 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh. Of course it is. Yeah, I can do that. I'm pretty good at removing. Oh, it's actually booby trapped. So it doesn't matter if I peel it off anyway. Nope. Well. Hey, friend. Man, that hurts. So, this is the arm in question. I landed on my wrist. Ooh, that turn is really hurting right now. So, banged up there, all the way up to the elbow. And I have a slight fracture on my radius at the top where the cup connects. Okay, bag one. Oh, neat. So this could have been like passed around between a couple people to put it together. So like the ramp is 10, the ship is 8, 9. The little vehicle's 1. So let's start with 1. Oh, I don't know how long this is gonna go today. Again, things are painful, but I'm gonna go as long as I can. Try to get as much of this done as I can because I want to. That's the thing, right? Like, I want this. Okay. And put this in the garbage bag I have on hand. But it's not green, it's teal. It's a different color. Where's my green one? Yeah, I would rather have just these minor cat scratches from trying to do harness training. So we got like a minor guy here. I love his little... He's got a little like ab detail going on. It's not focusing, but it's really cool looking. Ooh, that's tight. Okay, there's Stubbleman. And he's got like a lightning bolt coming down his face. That's funny. We need the power lifter armor thing. Where is it? He's doing okay. He jumped off of me very suddenly. And sometimes when he moves quickly, his claws come out, so I get it. Well, I love that. That's fun. I like this guy so far. What a fun little build. Alright. Boop. Got a little helmet. And then we need a little, like, drill arm thinger. So I assume this is the driller. Yeah, that looks right. Now remember, to get into this lake, you're going to need something that looks like a unicorn horn. And it's very lucky that someone guessed that you'll need that. Oh, that's a neat little piece. It's got a little handle on the underside, and so you just... Little drillman. And then we got the metal detector guy. Hell yeah. Alright, so we need the other set of legs, which I think are just the same set of legs. They are. They are. Good. I should set up my bot to have a set of pronouns too. Just it's. Hello, sirs. I'm getting out of order here. That's okay. I wanted to make the little alien. Okay, and he gets a little backpack. Nice. Did I miss a backpack here? I did. Okay. Doo-doo needs a little block at the top of it. Is that the block? It is. Nice. Neat. Okay, so this one has... I have to be very careful not to skip stuff, because sometimes I assume things in a Lego build, and that leads to something not fitting or holding. It's generally bad practice for Lego. I love these little alien guys, though. And then we got an extra, like, base. We have everything but the head extra. Okay, we have 4 characters so far. Ah, didn't finish this one, though. I need to keep working on stuff. Where's your head, friend? You got a little goatee. Little pickaxe, little shovel. I love that the focus on this is about, like, exploration and discovery and not battle. I like that. Okay. And then we take a 4x4 hole in the middle, which is a new piece to me. Love that. And then you, Hakusho, and finish it off with you. Oh, I love this song. If you have not watched Samurai Champloo, I really do suggest it. I think it is a nice little story. And speaking of Watanabe, we've been watching Lazarus, his newest, which kind of has the same kind of feel as his other stuff, although it's its own thing. I was thinking about trying to put something on audio-wise and share it with people, but I just thought that would be too much work. Samurai Champloo. That's where all the music is from here. Champloo is like to mix up, and so it's got a bunch of like fusion rap going on. I love this soundtrack, and I love the show. Venna, no. And please don't try to jump up into your thing. It's currently occupado. And I hate that I have to occupado it, but... Well, that was tighter than I'd like. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And then we need this piece. And a 1 by 1, 2. We also have been watching Taskmaster in my Discord, which if you're not around for and you like that kind of comedy and you're available on Thursday nights, it's a good time. It's always a good time. This season's been particularly goofy so far with Jason Mantzoukas. He has been a delight to have in the show. Okay, little lens in the center. Or, oh, it's not a lens. It's like a little, microbe guy. Yeah, I love Taskmaster. It's nice to have it back. We have watched Taskmaster and New Zealand. We watched a little bit of Australia. We didn't get very far. And part of that was just my I dislike the host of Taskmaster Australia less than I dislike Jeremy, but I still don't love him. So Jeremy on Taskmaster New Zealand, I think, is the worst part of any Taskmaster show. So I have also watched 2 episodes of the American Taskmaster, and what a mess of studio meddling. I could not get any further. I also, yeah. I also think that you need to change the format for where you're at instead of just going, oh, we're here now, same thing, different place. And it felt a lot like it was just Taskmaster Britain, but in the US. I'm still hoping that Sam Reich has been talking to them and might be getting ready to set up his own Taskmaster US. I mean, there's been talk that there's a new American adaptation coming, so yeah, that's the other part of it. It literally felt like low rent Taskmaster UK. Dara. And like, none of those comedians deserve to have me make that comparison. I don't blame the task, just the tasks. I don't blame just the cast or just their host or just any one thing. I blame it on a lot of studio meddling from Comedy Central to just, this is what worked there, it will work here as well sort of vibe. And if it doesn't, we'll toss it off the air in 3 days. And then there was the whole debacle with, oh no, oh no. Then I dropped that flowery bit, V. You can't go up there. There we go. The Quebecois one. Quebecois. Okay, so this goes here, and then when they like come in and discover it, it's just like, oh, and that part pops up. Neat. I don't know why there's a tiny germ in the middle of this water. Yeah, I don't know. It hasn't been put up on any of the stuff that I've been looking at. But most of the fan translators stopped when they went official subs. So you'll have to let me know if you can find it. Did I miss a... Sorry. I did. I did miss one piece up there. You missed one piece? One Piece mentioned. It's not all Canada. It's specifically on Quebec's TV. I know it would never happen, but I specifically kind of want Loading Ready Run to pick up the rights to Taskmaster. I think they would be good stewards of it for Greater Canada. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Great. They would never be able to afford it, is the problem. Licensing is so expensive. I mean, Dropout just talked about that with how expensive licensing can be. It was $15,000 to play Kiss from a Rose on Game Changer. $15,000 well spent, by the way. And I am really sick of people not... Oh, wait. I know that people want to hate on all businesses and all of that, but like... Hey, Rubik Darkwell, thank you. But like, licensing a song, especially an older song, is not the same as like holding stuff forever. And $15,000 to perpetually license it for that episode is pretty reasonable. And a feat that Jim Henson didn't do, grumble, grumble. The reason that The Muppet Show was never really in reruns is because he paid for the song licenses once for the airing. I don't think it's that their editing isn't snappy enough. I think the problem is that they don't have enough time and money to put into it. Which is a slightly different problem. So, glad to have you all here. Thanks for all the well wishes. This is not an I'm going, by the way. I may take a break at the hour point and just do a long massage on my arm. Once again, if you didn't hear, pardon my language, some jackass jumped out of a stop sign in front of me and on my bicycle, and I had to bail on my bike. When I bailed, I ended up hitting on my palm, both my palms, and rolling to the side, but I pushed too hard with this hand, hurt my wrist, and broke right about here. Just a tiny little fracture, but it's been real pain. I've got about 4 weeks left for full healing, and I cannot wait to be done because I want to be back on my bicycle. The bike was a little toasted, but not sponsored. Not sponsored. Third time. Not sponsored. If you're going to get an e-bike, get one from Electric. This is still so mind-boggling to me. They sent me all the broken pieces for free. I cannot overstate how much I appreciate that from them and how much they did not have to do it and how much I was ready to pay them for the screen and the shifter. I wasn't even wanting the shifter, if I'm being honest. Shifter took cosmetic damage. Who cares? Who cares? Some cosmetic damage. Nobody's gonna care about that on a shifter. But anyway, it's led to things like me not using my right hand as much. So you might notice me favoring my left for snapping pieces together, or just not getting pieces snapped together. It's been miserable. I've been miserable, and this has been some of the most boring weeks I have spent. Some of the most boring weeks I've spent, because I've just kind of been sitting, and that's been my, hey, don't do too much. And I'm just like, I just want to be out. Like, do I love, is doing DoorDash something that I like or something that I have to do? No. It is something that gets me out and keeps me moving, and that's, it's kind of nice. So that's kind of what's been going on with me and why I haven't been streaming. Again, I wish I had been, but up until recently, even like holding a controller was too much, and even still, like holding a PlayStation controller in both hands, I've got about 45 minutes to an hour before this arm just completely starts to cramp all the way up to almost my shoulder. So it's not really been conducive to long-term streams, and putting my arm on the table is either quite good, sometimes that works out just fine, and sometimes it exacerbates the problem. So it has been a long process, and one that I just want to be done. Interesting. So I assume this will go, I don't know. I'm not going to make assumptions. This is neat. I really like this space base. I will have to grab my other part of it before we finish. Okay, so that aside for now, we take this plate and a 1x2 white. Ba-dum-bum. Oh, super cool, super cool. Okay, this is like the side panel. God. Oh, nope. Ba-dum bum. Bum bum. Ba-dum bum. Man, this is super cool. The little designs are very good. I like Lego a lot. So then this is going to go over here on this side, I think. Yep. And that's like the rear mirror. Oh, man. Lego. Look at how good that looks. Please ignore the fact that the mirror is all black. I bet I know what goes here. We're going to put the shovel and the pickaxe on there. I will bet that that's what those are for. Okay. You. Shoop. That. Uh-oh. Did I lose a 1x4? Hello? Did I lose a 1x4? I think I might be... Ah! Ah! Not lost. Still in the bag. Oh, I missed the grill. Well, we can't forget the girls. I mean, the grills. I mean, the bears. Oh, boy. That does look really great. Sigh. We put these two little blue guys on the top for, like, light. Hoo boy! I think those are probably extra. That's almost certainly extras. Alright, let's see what's next. Next, we need a truck bed. Oh, that's why. Hold on. Yep. I got the wrong color on the front. That should be the orange one. I love having a truck bed for it. It's very good. And then stick that on. Excuse me, please go up. And then the tools go on in the same orientation. Hello. Good bet. Yeah, that's the thing about editing that a lot of people, like, good editing in a lot of cases isn't about... Good editing isn't about, like, at a certain point isn't about how much skill you have. It's about how much time you have to work on it. And so when you have functionally infinite time... You have no deadline. It's pretty easy to get good editing on a project that you're working on alone. And similarly, in a lot of ways... Oh, okay, that's what goes down there. Similarly, when you're working on a project and you have... I'm going to steal a piece. I'm going to steal a couple pieces because they're extra. So I lost a couple pieces, and I'm just going to steal one of them right now from here. And I'm sure there'll be some clear orange piece that I can steal too. Hee 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 hee. Okay. Those are extras. It's got its little power supply underneath the back of the truck. Nice. Alright. And so, since those are extras, they'll go into this set's extras bag. I should, during a break, go get a sealable extras bag from my stash of 1,000 minifig bags that I picked up. They're not strictly made for minifigures, but they're minifigure bags. Okay. Oh gosh, do I want to start on this tonight, knowing that I'm probably not... I'm probably not finishing it is the problem. Or should I just do 8, 9, 10? I don't know. You know what? Do you have it? Guts! They're having a meeting on board their little trailer. And these aliens are just kind of chilling back there too. And the half alien. Alright. This book's so big. Oh my goodness. Ah, the first lady of the set. No pieces left in the bag this time. Okay, one more bag to do, and then I'll be done crinkling. Looks like just her in this one. Okay, this bag is not as dense with pieces. There's a lot of small ones, but there's not quite so many like fragments. Do they all have the same torso and legs in all the sets? I don't remember them all looking like this. So after this, I will need to get one... They do. Neat. Here's the pilot from that previous set. She's got a nice navy uniform. Love that. No, I have 4 sets left. There's a small rover. There's a little mech suit that I should find before it becomes rare, because it's like $7 now, and I've seen those skyrocket after they get hard to find. Which is silly. Like, it's a little grab bag at the checkout, so I just need to find it. Okay, and then she gets the same kind of printed back plate and a half circle plate. Printed back plate. Hi, Vivenna? Nope. I hope you're chilling in your bed, Vivenna. I'm not going to have time for you tonight. But yeah, it's been a good day and a good couple of days. We are working on clicker training our cat. He's actually taking it to it quite well. So he's already picked up on, hey, when I click, that means that there's something good coming. So the next step is to get that transferred to wanting to be in his harness, and then so he gets to go outside, which is something that he really wants. He wants to go outside so badly. Okay, so we're going to just put 2 of these, one on either side. And then that's going to get a little, I don't know what you call that piece. Kind of reminds me of a horse tail. I don't know why. Doesn't look that much like a horse tail. And we're going to build this into some kind of GLaDOS. I'll put a clear guy on top. And then we're making 2 of these with these half, a little more than half. You know what I mean. These pill-shaped boys are going on. And once these half pill-shaped boys are on, we have what kind of looks like some kind of panel of some sort. When we have 2 of those panels, well, at that point you stick this in between them. And once you have that in between them like that, beep, boop, bop, it goes into the front. Also, I'd be remiss not to say to Dara, no, Dara, the Lure has never done a segment of Taskmaster. They've done their own... Oh my gosh, no, this isn't what I thought it was. It's a little robot. Sorry, I got excited. He's a little tread robot. How did I not recognize... He's the best. Look at how exceptional he is. Meet more. Hello. I am here to help you. Beep, boop, beep, boop. He's perfect. I'm surprised he doesn't have a power symbol anywhere. Never mind. I messed up. So I need one of these. He's got a little power guy on his back. Oh my gosh. He's perfect. Would you like to go exploring today? And he's part of Green, whatever job Green does, which I think is science. So each of the colors does signify something, but they've never fully explained it in any of the booklets, so I'm just guessing. All right. I got you one. I don't like how the gold pieces always look to me like they should be trans orange. Okay, and then you. But yeah, I've never seen a series, speaking of the music that's on tonight. We're listening to a random assortment of songs from Samurai Champloo, and I have never seen a Watanabe series that didn't at least make me go, wow, I want to know more about the music. Which ain't bad. And then 2 Grylas. It's a good part of Lego. Lego is not pluralized with an S, by the way, according to the Lego Style Guide, because Lego is simply a part of Lego building system. Now that I've got that out of the way, say I would call them whatever you want. The correct pluralization is Lego bricks or Lego sets. Still trying to figure out what I'm working on here, like what this is going to look like. Oh no, at the outside edge. Okay. Well, what did I say? Say it how you want. Literally, speak your truth. But you have to have guessed that I was that kid who would correct other kids on things like that. This is going to inspire me to rewatch Samurai Champloo, is what this listen through is going to do. I always felt like this song had a lot of DNA in common with Metroid Prime. have to make a post tomorrow. So I was originally planning on waiting one more week until I set up stuff for the D&D campaign returning. But gosh darn it, my players are just so excited to get going that they are organizing without me. So I'm gonna grit my teeth and work on it. Because I have some very pointed questions that I need answered before I can start writing. You can call it a mutiny all you want, but I need specific things for my writing. And you are pushing me faster than I would like. So my tomorrow will be spending as much time as I can getting the stuff set up so that you can build a chart and a web for each character, if they want to, of how they got to the spot where things are going to kick off. It was literally, I didn't want to sit at my computer for longer than I needed to until this coming week. So I'll just step it up a little bit and get it ready. I was going to have a pre-session 0, like even before session 0 where we talked about boundaries and stuff. I wanted to get together and talk about what I need from each of you before I can really go. Because while I have some stuff going, and I do, I really do, I'm pretty happy with some of my stuff. There is... let's talk specifics. There's a tavern that I'm going to be creating near the inciting incident. And I'm not going to be doing it in the tavern because it's not set in the tavern, and I don't want it to be set in the tavern. But I want a reason for you all to have been to the tavern both recently and not. So I'm going to be asking for that. Maybe you know people who are there. Oh, cool. I just realized what this is. It's a spot for their backpacks to hang up. They're like suits and stuff. Oh, that's so rad. Okay. So, like, when she doesn't need her air tank... Oh, okay, other hand. She can just go, well, time to leave it on this spot, and then the little green thing will come down and keep it in place and leave it there. And no one, it'll stick around there until it gets lifted up. Okay, that is so cool and clever. My goodness. My dearest Lego. And then will you put one up for the blue guy? Ooh, the ending theme. So that's the sort of questions I want to ask is, hey, why are you in this area? Do any of you know each other? You know the basics. Oh my goodness. It rotates. It rotates. I'm dignified. I'm a normal person who is not super excited about this. I can't lie. I can't lie to you. This is so cool. So one of the things this week that I talked about in therapy was what I think the difference is between a good story and a great story. We did it in kind of a sideways manner, but basically what I came down to is, look, you don't have to have a perfect ending to enjoy something. If something was fun for the trip along the way, it was fun for the trip along the way regardless of how it ended. And you can have your own opinion on whether or not you agree with that. And I'm fine with that. But if you enjoyed something up until the ending, and then the ending is what ruined it for you, I don't know. You don't have to recognize the ending. You don't have to like the ending. You can just like the stuff up until then. Write fan fiction. Tell your own story. Start there. Some of my favorite stories that I've written came from a place of disappointment in a story that I read. And I didn't need to start with it as fan fiction. But I know there are people who that's useful. That's a useful framework for them to start their writing in. And that's not a, empty, I know people. Yeah, Mass Effect 3 was good until the ending. And I'm like, so you liked Mass Effect 3? Now, did you love Mass Effect 3? No, absolutely not. And not only that, I'm not saying that you have to have loved Mass Effect 3. But if you had fun up until the ending, you enjoyed and had a good time with the game. If you thought that the end of Parks and Rec is going to be my example for right now. If you thought that the ending of Parks and Rec was a little bit too sappy and it didn't really fit what you wanted from the finale, okay. It ended a season earlier for you. What does it matter? Why do you need to give them their canon? And here's the real trick. If you find something you didn't like in Star Wars, it wasn't in there. Why does it need to have been in there? I have heard people complaining about the entire last season of that show, yes. And, like, that's okay for them, John Locke Cole. I think it is healthy to engage with something in the way that you want rather than in the way that people want you to, or however you want to think about it. Right? Like, that's okay. This idea... I'm going to go off on a little tangent here. Wonder what's new. You know, what's new? 1 second. 8. Not only that, but like this idea that everything has to be canon within the same franchise. Like, it doesn't have to be. And in fact, I actually believe our current requirement of canonization of everything actually hurts a lot of people's enjoyments of the things that they say they like. I don't just disagree with that, Dara. I think that the people who assert that assert it under false pretenses. But then, you know, I'm one of those awful people who actually had a good time with the Ghostbusters 2016. You know, a fake fan. I think it was a lot of fun. Like, it wasn't a perfect movie. But at the risk of really pissing people off, neither was Ghostbusters. I'm also going to say something that will not endear me to any future publishers who I might want to try to work with, but I don't think I want to hold on to anything I write forever. I think if I do a story, I might hold on to it for like enough time to tell the full story I want and then just go, well, not mine anymore. Go nuts in that world. If you haven't seen this, this was in a different set that I did. That came out after this one. It was the July set, and these were December. But I love this, like, keypad to have the door open to let you into the base. Right? But doesn't it look good? Like, this is the airlock, and and hey, maybe my 5 years is less than I will actually need, or more than I'll actually, no, less than I'll actually need, and I'll change it. But I don't know. Where does this go? Uh-oh. Did I mess up somewhere? Did I miss a piece? Because these aren't usually the pieces that have extra. I'm freaking out now. Hold me down. Yeah, absolutely. You will hear no argument from me that intellectual property is broken. Oh, there it is. The problem is the people who benefit from those things are not necessarily the people who make the things. So, the person who invented Thanos, a big part of Thanos was Kirby. And Kirby got so little out of his... Was there another... Did I skip another airlock? I think I did. So I think this was supposed to go in front then. Also. Yeah. But again, the problem is not actually with a writer or a publisher. The problem is with people who then buy it and hold on to it forever as a thing that they have. And I just love these. I think these sets rule. So, like, if Conan was being written today, there would be someone who was working to keep it under their control forever. So we're into bag 3 now. Sorry, I looked up and Twitch said that I hadn't added anyone to my favorites for co-streaming yet, and I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I'm good. What was the name of that song? Was that Iron Genome? Okay. Ooh, adapt myself. Hell yeah. Okay. Sorry, ever since I tossed that one into the garbage, I've been very careful about looking at the bags. I accidentally threw a piece in the garbage, and that's not happening a second time. So I need a pair of these. And a 1x4. Anyway, one of my favorite online stories that I've read was a group of people who had a Creative Commons on it, and they were writing all together. And no, I will not recommend it to you. Partially because I don't want to share what it was. And partially because it became something I didn't like in the end. But, like, that's the kind of future I want to be reading. Especially when people are writing their own stuff. And not having a large learning model do it for them, which I don't even understand what you're doing at that point. I have been very vocal. I've been very vocal about that. There are some fandom spaces I'm in where people are not being required to state when they have had a program generate their stories for them. And I have been very clear that I will not be around those spaces for long. And that is because you are robbing yourself of the joy of writing. And, additionally, I don't want to read it. I think that it is unenriching to read, and every single instance of one that I've read, I've gone, huh, this is really boring. And just not well written. Oh. And then I look and they say, yeah, I came up with the idea, and then I had this thing do it for me. And I'm like, didn't write it then. I edited it down. Did you? Because even if you did, I don't really care. But did you? Because I think if you edited, this would be better. This would not be slop. And it is. It's all slop. And I will never be excited to read it or watch it or anything. Which is partially why I'm currently slightly less enthused by a show I was very much looking forward to coming back. I am a huge fan of the show with Poker Face. What a good show. I think Natasha Lyonne is fantastic in it. But she's currently working on writing and directing an AI-generated show. I'm just like, I'm not interested. You can talk about how exciting it would be to have Diane Keaton acting alongside you in her prime, but that's not what's going to happen, even if you get Diane Keaton to be in it. I love the use of a green leaf and a red flower as a tomato and a as a tomato and a piece of lettuce for this little sandwich that's going over here. And then we're going to put a yellow mug on it. So this is their, like, dining table. Hell yeah. I'm making a sink next. You can see the hot and cold on it. Oh, man. I don't think I've ever told this story on stream. When I was young, we had a contest in my class to design a spaceship that could land on Oobleck. And I, being me, you can guess, wanted to design the entire spaceship. I didn't want to just design the landers. I wanted to talk about how people would get there. I wanted to have the brain. There it is. I wanted to have, like, all of the systems for how people would live. I wanted to have how people would be able to breathe and eat, and I loved it. I loved it. But man, just no one else wanted to engage on that level, even in my little group. Found it really sad. That's a pretty good solution, actually. I like that. I like that a lot, JLC. My solution was a little different. I ended up having inflatable, gyroscopic controlled thing that went under it, and it just created the largest surface area it could. But I also love your idea. That was one of my favorite parts of the prompt, was how many different things there were to do. Nice. Nice. Love that. And then it just kind of pops open. Can go all the way out. I do know what you mean. Oh, cool. I'm not a huge fan of bespoke pieces, but I was wondering how they were going to do this. And I think that these are a cool enough piece that I will forgive a little. Wait. Is that too short? It is too short. By one. Right, it needs one more. Sure does. Also, I just launched a piece onto the floor. Sorry if that beep boop just came through. It was on my end, not on yours. Okay, now where did I put the rest of this? Uh-oh. There it is. Okay, that feels better already. I promised myself I wasn't going to sing along because it'll just get lost, but man, I love this music. Oh boy. All right. Here we go, sticker sheet number 1. Which sticker is this? Sticker 1. Ah! Okay. Uh-oh. Wait. Oh, geez. All right. So I had a couple things that I had to do, and the camera wasn't updating. Yeah, they like their stickers, but, look at the little alien friend with a burger. Come on. That's cute. And the good news is I'm pretty proficient at decals. Dun, 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 dun. Oh! Da, 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 da. One 1x4 and two 1x1 snot bricks, which I learned recently is the name for anything with the studs that aren't just on the top. Studs not on top. Snot. Oops. As my ability to hold a controller starts to be a little better, I am planning on restarting my Persona 4 playthrough. So, sticker 3. Just skipping stickers, huh? I tried to watch it. I did not like the... How to word this complaint? There are very few reality shows that I've ever liked. And the thing that all of those shows have had in common is the sincerity with which they treat their contestants by not treating them as if they can just edit them into being upset at other people or whatever it is. And there was a lot of editing. Nice. There was a lot of editing in that show that I felt was unkind to those participating. I first started noticing that sort of thing when I was watching King of the Nerds. And there was a contestant on, I don't even remember if it was still the first season, but she was treated incredibly poorly. And everyone that was on the show was like, she wasn't like that at all. We didn't like her, but she wasn't like some manipulative jerk. She just didn't have great social skills and didn't like interact well with anyone else. And I was just like, it's really disappointing to hear. And I kind of fell out of love with the idea of a lot of like mass market reality TV. And And so that has kind of put me in the Dropout doing their take on some. And then additionally, the only other one that I watched, two, I guess, that I've watched are Road Quest, which I love. Very, like, travel show style, but I loved it. And I wasn't sure I was going to like it, despite Loading Ready Run working on it. But Strip Search actually turned into something really cute and fun the second they decided to stop treating it like any other competition show. Well, some good news about Road Quest. They also want more. I've been talking to some of them, and it's not a secret. They've said as much. The logistics of it are really, really hard. But, like, if you want to talk about genuine, the most genuine moment I've ever seen in any reality TV was Graham saying to the Penny Arcade people, "Why do you want that?" They were talking about like their personas in the show. They wanted to be like these hard ass judges, and then they're like, "We don't think we can do this. It just seems too mean." And Graham of Loading Ready Run literally stopped them and went, "Then why don't you just stop?" You know, if you don't want to do that, there's no one who is making you. This is a you choice. And, you know, I have reasons to be skeptical of those two. But that moment really, really, really was something else. And then the later on moment where they decide that if they can do whatever they want to do the thing that they want to do. And that was also exceptional. I'm not going to spoil any of that, because I know some people really care about that. The only spoilers I don't want, ow, 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 are puzzle spoilers. But unlike when I was a little bit younger, and not even that much younger, but I'm no longer like, you're wrong for not wanting spoilers. Now, do I think you're right for not wanting spoilers? No, I think it's silly. I do. I don't think anyone should care that much about spoilers. But that is my liberal arts degree in English coming through, and not like kindness towards others, which is something that I'm really working on. I suppose that's as good a thing as any to talk about. I was talking to Alika, and I was like, yeah, I think I could probably like come down to a this is what I believe I want to live by sort of like situation. And she's like, "Oh, what is that?" And I'm just I have 3 principles that I feel like I'm going to try to live by, and I think that they are good for me. And I'm specifically saying for me because I don't want to make a universal statement. Partially, I don't think it's useful for all of you, and partially, this is mine. Hands off. And they're pretty simple. Honestly, they're pretty simple. My first one is to treat people with kindness until they prove that they do not deserve to be treated kindly. That one's, it's real simple. But it gives me a lot of leeway to give people grace when I want to. The second one, which I actually think is my most important to me, is, sorry, 1 second. 4. Peg 4. My second guiding principle is curiosity. 1 second. Garbage bag. Curiosity will be the thing that keeps me learning. I believe in engaging the world with curiosity and trying to learn from any situation I find myself in, as hard as I may find that. And yeah, sometimes that's really, really hard. And I recognize that. Not only do I recognize that, it's just the way it is. Life is hard. It's not fun. It's not a fun realization. But when you look into ways to support people, it's really useful. And the third one is to help those that need it. And I know that a lot of people think that 1 and 3 are very similar, being kind and supporting and helping those that need it in the way they want are like very similar to the same thing. But I don't think that helping someone necessitates being kind to them, and nor do I think that being kind necessitates helping. And I think that the combination of the two is really where help can happen. Yeah, I could be cynical. I could be the person that says, help me first, don't care about all you, but I don't think I'm ever going to be that person. I don't think at my very worst I was that person. Hands getting tired. This might be my last bag, folks, and I'm sorry about it, but I can feel this tightening right here in the elbow. I don't want to be done. I'm really enjoying chatting and doing this. But I'm not about to ruin tomorrow for tonight, which is a thing that's been happening for me, so I can't do that another night. So I think this is probably going to be some kind of med bay type sitch. Because I see some syringes in here, and that, I don't know, leads me to believe. Also, look at how cute these little syringes are. Just make it all better. That's not how syringes work at all, Lumi. Well, they're in my Lego play. So, yeah. They're like compresses in Super Sentai. You put them on, and in a couple hours, anything's cured. Sorry, I'm thinking about Kamen Rider again. This year's Kamen Rider is so good, it makes me literally not understand how the author that's writing it is writing it. The best that I can say about any of her previous series, is that, man, they should have been better than they were. And, like, that's not a great feeling to have about someone's body of work. I'm very excited. So one of the reasons that this set's so exciting for me is that this little area over here is actually going to connect to another set that I already have. It's a set that came out after it, and people kind of speculated there might be a connection to something else. And lo and behold, there was. This set was very expensive at launch, though, and it just recently started to come down as they get ready to retire it already this year. Gosh, I hate scarcity stuff like that. Yeah, so there are 2 other sets that I would like to get. There is Big Spaceship that just came out this year. And I love a spaceship more than almost anything. And the other big one is a space base. It is a satellite. And one of the things of this series is modularity. So there's these little modules that can swap between. And the spaceship, hold on, from this set, actually has a little module space in it. And so it interfaces with the space station and moves them up and down from the planet. And I just really think that's neat to have a like interconnective point like that for all of these sets. Now, do I think it's also them trying to get someone to buy every single one of these? Yeah. Yeah. And who's a big enough sucker for that? Say I love you. Oh, this is the Japanese version. Okay. There is an English version of this song as well. Which I think is just the one that plays on the show. Microscope! beautiful. I do. You're wonderful. You're wonderful, you're wonderful. That's so cute. And then you put binoculars on there the wrong way, but they're the eyepiece, so it's an eyepiece looking down at this. I'm a little surprised there isn't like a little clear guide that goes in there. A little bit. Just like a tiny amount. Flu. It's wonderful. You're wonderful. You're wonderful. Okay. Yeah. Yep, little healer's station look there. And then we put a clear guy. Just straight up clear. And then we need a little handle for a syringe. And the second syringe is free. It's BOGO syringes in here. What is it? I did it again. Consarn it. I sincerely don't remember. Hey! This is either karaoke or the English track. To you. You're wonderful. I can't find you. Yeah. Stop dropping the pieces, Lumi. Oh, me. Well, I can't find the other one, but that's okay. Number 4, sticker 4. Yeah, it's good enough. Okay, that one's going to go in the front spot, or the back spot. Front spot. Wonderful. So after this, I should be having my next stream on Saturday, perhaps tomorrow, but it's a guarantee I'll be streaming on Saturday. I'll be doing something in Destiny. I hope to be doing a couple games of a couple runs of the Grandmaster tomorrow in Destiny again. We're going to see how my arm feels when that comes up. So that one may not happen because of arm, just as a warning. Pain is a thing. And while I am managing my pain quite well in the most part, I want to be realistic. Another thing I want to be realistic about with D&D is if Saturday is a good day for our game. And I know that it's currently a good day because I want to have Minnie on board. And I do want to have Minnie on board. I enjoy having Minnie as part of our games. A lot, actually. I have a great time. Especially since we started talking about what Minnie wanted out of our sessions, you know? Which was not always great, communication-wise. So I'm down to 3 more stickers, and I think one of them is for the spaceship. One is for the ramp, and one is for the crane. But we'll find out when we get to those. Man, these stickers are really cool. All right. Remember when I said I thought this might be the last bag? I am thinking that more than ever now. Each piece is hurting, and I do need to take another dose of ibuprofen and maybe slather some pain relieving cream on as well. So this will be This will be the end. White 1x4? White 1x4? White 1x4? Yo, team, have we seen a white 1x4? I don't see a white 1x4. Ah! That's why that wouldn't close. It was in the book. Yeah. I'm glad to have been here. If I'm doing okay tomorrow after my whole day, I might find some more time to do it. I will. I will take care of myself. That is something that I've been very good at for this whole time. I know it can be easy to see me farting around on stream and think, is this what the days are always like? But it's mostly me sitting here with my arm up here, watching something, and just letting it rest. So, I am being careful. I am actually working on my health. I want to heal. Much more than I want to play games or write right now. I want to heal first. So first and foremost, that's what I'm doing. Look, I know, I'm cheating a little. I'm jumping forward, but we all know that those are going in there after. I need to build myself a shelf for all of these. That's one thing that I need to do. So, again, first and foremost, I will be resting tomorrow. But if I can, I want to finish bags, what are we at? 5 through 10? I think that's right. Yeah. It looks so good. Ugh. Man, I know the pay isn't like wildly good and I'd have to live somewhere where cost of living was higher. But being a master builder and or designing sets sounds like a lot of really difficult fun. Okay, one thing that I do really love is this as a like hatch mechanism for it. So then that opens up and can connect to the other part that I have elsewhere. Wait. Ah. I missed the roof part. All right. I'm going to check if there's anyone to raid, but my assumption is everyone that I follow has probably gone offline. But there's the start of the base. Man, how cool. This video will go up on YouTube shortly. And if you like watching my stuff, you can catch it all there. I need to update my links list. But all of my non-Destiny videos now go up on YouTube. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for hanging out. I'll be back tomorrow with Bag 5. I'm really looking forward to it. And then we're going to build like the upper tower bit. There's some cool stuff coming. Ooh, that was bad. I twisted a little too much. And that's like a crane that can actually pick up the modules and stuff. I mean, come on. This set rules. This set rules so hard. And he's got his little command room. That might be where the remaining stickers go. It's going to be so cool. Man, I can't wait. But that's it for now. So, I'm going to use the brick separator as my leaving off point. And I am going to say, thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Who are we raiding? Is it anyone I know? Gumi is online. I've never raided her, and I don't think I want to. You know what? I'm gonna link her, but I'm not gonna fully raid. You know what? No. Why am I hemming and hawing? Gumi is V Gumiho. She is someone I first saw because of Among Us. She was in the Hafu Dumb Dog lobbies, and she's kind of stepped away a little bit. But I still really enjoy watching her. And she is playing Ocarina of Time for the first time ever. First time ever. So if you stick around there, don't spoil anything. Don't backseat. Don't give any hints. Just watch. I won't be watching, but yeah. Am I? You know what? You can get there on your own if you want. V Gumiho. I'm just heading up for the night. I don't want to throw to anyone that I've not fully vetted. Catch you later. Goodbye.